An Arkansas inmate is still on the loose tonight after escaping the Polk County Detention Center. Police are looking for this man, Levi Poor. He faces charges in both Arkansas and Oklahoma. He was in jail for domestic battering when he escaped from Polk County. The sheriff's office says he escaped in a red Ford Ranger pickup. He's 6 feet tall with blue eyes and brown hair. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact the Polk County Sheriff's Office at the number there on your screen. A LeFlore County man has been arrested in the shooting deaths of his twin sister and her young daughter. The Oklahoma Bureau of Investigation says police arrested Grant Wilson today when he was driving near Atlanta, Georgia. Police say they responded to a home in Poto yesterday and found 31-year-old Gabrielle Wilson and her 17-month-old shot dead. Wilson now faces charges of first-degree murder and will be extradited back to LeFlore County. Fort Smith police are looking for a suspect in an armed robbery that happened today. Police say it happened at the Price Drugstore on Towson Avenue. No injuries were reported there. They described the suspect as female, wearing all black, a pink mask, and white shoes. They say she might have left the scene in a blue SUV. Anyone with any information on the suspect is encouraged to contact Fort Smith police. 6 people have been charged with manslaughter in connection to a death at the Arkansas Department of Human Services care facility. 21-year-old Zachary Moore died following an incident with a staffer who then chemically injected him. 12 DHS employees were fired after that incident, and leadership was changed at the Southeast Arkansas Human Development Center. It's not clear tonight if the 6 charged with manslaughter are DHS employees who were fired. They will all face a judge in Bradley County, Arkansas, next week. A new state-of-the-art training facility is now open in Springdale, aimed at better preparing law enforcement. We were at Friday's grand opening and have how the investment could impact public safety across the state. The $8.4 million new training facility funded through federal ARPA money aims to keep Arkansas law enforcement ahead of evolving public safety challenges.
The better the environment, the better you may teach or present, but just having the capabilities to teach things that we weren't able to teach before.
The 21,000 square foot building paired with nearly 11,000 square foot live fire range marks a major investment in how officers are trained in the region.
This facility is phenomenal, state-of-the-art. It allows everything from scenario-based training, virtual reality training, to active shooter training, classrooms.
Leaders say the upgrades come at a critical time as the last facility was built 21 years ago and as Northwest Arkansas continues to rapidly grow.
The fastest growing area in the state of Arkansas and one of the regions across the country. So the need for law enforcement has grown tremendously.
The new space allows both basic recruits and experienced officers to train at the same time.
It gives them a dedicated place to come to receive the best training, the most relevant training available.
Officials say that means thousands of officers could move through the program each year, and it'll help them learn in more realistic, hands-on environments.
You can sit in a simulator, a driving simulator, be dispatched to a call just like you would in your patrol unit. Walk into 2 or 3 separate rooms, work different scenarios, whether it be de-escalation techniques or maybe a live fire situation.
The facility also includes specialized areas for active shooter response training.
We're seeing it every single day somewhere across our country. We have a state-of-the-art facility here in Northwest Arkansas now to train our officers to the highest level. Regional training facility.
Officials say this facility will train recruits from all over the region. Well, moving now to the nation's capital, Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin is one step closer to becoming the new Secretary of Homeland Security. The Senate advanced Mullin's nomination today in a procedural vote, and a final confirmation vote is expected in the coming days. Mullin is officially confirmed. The focus now turns to filling his seat in the Senate. We've learned tonight Governor Kevin Stitt might have his pick on who will fill the seat temporarily. Our affiliate in Tulsa says it's natural gas company chairman Alan Armstrong. We cannot independently confirm that tonight, and the governor's office didn't either, but Stitt will have to fill the seat before Oklahoma voters will decide in the next election who fills the seat for the remainder of the term. And back here in Arkansas, early voting begins this week for 2 key Republican primary runoff races. First here locally is the Washington County judges race. Incumbent Patrick Deakins is going against Tim Shepard. Shepard finished first in the primary earlier this month, beating Deakins by more than 17% of the vote. Whoever wins will face Dana Deary in the November election. Branching out statewide, 2 Republicans are looking to become the next Secretary of State. State Senator Kim Hamner is going against Army veteran Brian Norris. Early voting begins Tuesday. Election day is set for a week later. You must be registered Republican or have a nonpartisan ballot in order to vote. Well, the Victory Theater is just one of many iconic locations in Rogers that was heavily damaged by the 2024 Memorial Day weekend tornadoes. And now it's just 1 month from reopening. Since then, the Arkansas Public Theater has been left without a home, or so we thought. 5 News reporter Laura Castleman talked to the group about what they've been up to.
Built in 1927, the Victory Theater has been a fixture in downtown Rogers.
That's been difficult for folks in Rogers, and it's going to be great to see it back up and running.
After tornadoes almost 2 years ago brought significant structural damage and flooding, the Victory and its performers had to go dark.
Our organization is inextricably linked to the Victory because that's where we've been performing our shows for the last 25, 26 years.
Board members of the Arkansas Theater Group are excited about the Victory Theater to once again be open. But in the meantime, they built a space of their own.
When we were performing or rehearsing at other places, it was never the same size as our stage.
James Lefevre and his wife donated the money to build a brand new practice space and says this has been a need way before the tornadoes.
Where are we going to rehearse this week? Where are we going to audition this week? What facility can we find? How much stuff we got in storage?
The space was built to replicate the historic theater.
This gives them a good idea of where they can move to and all that kind of stuff.
The Victory will reopen on April 10th, and members are ready with a lineup of shows for this season, some with a very special meaning.
Come From Away is a show about communities coming together in the face of disaster, just like Rogers did.
You know, Rogers is a very unique, it's a very authentic place, and the community of Rogers has its special, locations, and the Victory Theater is definitely one of those.
In Rogers, covering news where you live, Laura Castleman, 5 News.
The City of Rogers says other heavily damaged locations like Northwest Park and the public library will soon host reopening events as well.